Look. Welcome. Okay, let me see. I'm still not the best at this, guys, but welcome to Motivational Mondays. We got Lissette, the lovely Lissette with Posh is My Purpose on.
Hello.
I am trying to get my life together with this chat situation, and then once I get that pulled up, we'll get right into it. Or actually, right now, I guess you can just give us like a brief introduction, but I guess I'll introduce myself first because some people don't know me either. So for the people that don't know me, my name is Brittany, all bossed up on basically on YouTube and IG, and I'm most active on IG. I've been reselling for about 3 years now, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm all about the mindset and getting that together, and self-awareness, self-actualization, and just mental health, also physical too. I mean, Lissette knows all about that.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about that a little bit more because the more healthy you are, obviously, the better you're going to feel. So, but that's a little bit about me. I let Lissette go now.
Yes. Hello, guys. Thank you for having me, Brittany. I appreciate it. I am Lissette. Posh is My Purpose on Instagram and Poshmark. I am New England Betty Boop here on YouTube and Mercari. And yeah, I've been a reseller for about 4 years. And I also do Instacart and stuff like that to make extra money on the side. And I love working for myself. Hey, Tiana. And I am a mom of 3, and I've been married to Andrew for 25 years. And here I am.
That is a wow.
Yeah.
That is a big accomplishment.
So we've actually been together in March will be 31 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
More than half my life.
Right. So you guys met when you were like in high school?
No, he's 8 years older than me.
Okay.
And we met in the mall. I was working at Tom McCann where he used to work.
Okay.
So yeah, I was about 20 when we started dating.
Okay, so almost. Yes. I was like, I mean, Lissette, she doesn't look like her age. I don't know if she wants to say what her age is, but man.
Oh, I'm 50. I'm good. I'm good with it. It is what it is.
She looks young.
Thank you.
Might know 50.
I think they did the math anyway. Actually, yeah, we met when I was 19 and I wasn't quite 20 when we went on our first date. It'll be 31 years.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you, Tiana.
So I was going to ask you what you would say, because I always ask people that have been together a long time. Like I used to be an airport passenger. Like I would pitch the people in the wheelchairs, not that you're old or anything, but just older people that have been together for a while. They obviously have been through something, so they know they have this key. And like I'm 37, and if I get married to my significant other right now, that would actually be my first marriage. So
right.
Ask, what is the key to making that work? Now that I'm this close, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yes.
What would you say would be one of the keys to keeping it together?
I mean, there's obviously a lot of factors. Patience, commitment, and just compromise is a big one. Especially when you're both very strong-willed, and we're both very strong-willed. I couldn't even really imagine myself with anyone else because I'm not easy to get along with. I'm not easy to. I'm very stubborn. I'm very I'm all over the place. So yeah.
It doesn't seem like it. You just
yeah. I'm not easy to get along with. I mean, in a relationship way,
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm very outgoing, and I love friends and things like that. And he's very at home, and so he's I don't want to say put up with, but tolerated a lot of my my shenanigans over the years, I'd say. to put it lightly.
You kind of
I like having people in the house and entertaining and doing all that stuff, and he's he'll play along, but it's not really his thing. Not really.
Yeah, I'm like that. Mine is about the same way. He generally likes to be at home for the most part, and I'm the one that kind of likes to get out. So you know what I mean? I was gonna ask you what your sign is. What is
I'm
your
a Gemini. I'm a true Gemini, true to form.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So everybody sees me happy, happy, and nicey, nicey, and then there's my
Right.
dark side.
There's
Hi
Chandra.
guys. Hi Chandra. Hi
Loving your
Deanna. And I noticed hey Adelaide, how are you? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I mean, and that, I'm not trying to say that I'm a horrible person. That's not what I mean at all. It's just that we just have like I'm bossy because I like things. I mean, I started working when I was very young. I was like 14 years old. I lived on my own when I was very young. So I like things a certain way. And, I
Yeah,
feel like my way is the right way, which, yeah, as you get older, you realize it's not true. And it's not like a bad thing. You're just trying to keep things in order so that things run smoothly.
right.
But, as I get older, I realize, you have to let go of things and kind of let things happen. And, it's going to work out either way.
That's true. That's true. You kind of remind me of my mom on that. Like she likes things a certain way,
Yeah, I'm
but it is, I mean, it is good though, because the whole time when all the kids were young and in the house, like now there's no kids in the house, she couldn't have everything exactly the way she wanted it. And so now, that she's older and all of us are pretty much grown, we're all gone.
right.
Now she can have everything the way she wants it. So she is
Yes, yes.
lazy now. You know what I mean? I said she
Thank you, Chandra. I appreciate
was
that. Thank you.
growing up, but
Yeah, when I had the daycare, I always loved to decorate for the daycare. Like that was my favorite thing to do. The kids would come in and like be so happy. So I still kind of try to do it. My kids appreciate it more now that they're older. When they come in, they see it. When they were younger, they could care less. I just did it for me. Wait? Oh
Nick
no, I'm not a Taurus. I'm a Gemini.
Chandra says, "What's the first Gemini? Oh, the first Gemini I get along with. Wow, you didn't do good with the Geminis. I mean, I seem to do well with them. My significant other is a Gemini,
Yeah,
so
yeah. Oh, that's
yeah,
great. And what sign? You're
I'm a
Aquarius, right? Capricorn. Oh yeah, Capricorn. Your birthday
like,
just passed.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Me and
Yeah,
Terry,
Capricorn, yeah, and Jerry and Gemini, they do get along
yeah, we
well.
do pretty well. BFF sisters.
I love that. I love that shirt. We need that shirt in our group.
We do, we do.
Yeah, not the men. No, the opposite sign sex totally different. Totally different. Like he's a Leo, and
Okay.
although I get along with Leo women, I don't tend to have very close friendships with them. I get
Yeah,
along with them. We get along well, but like the endearment part of the friendship part, I never really had I have a niece that's a Leo and I get along with her very well. But like friendships, I kind of I cling to Aries and Capricorn, Libra, Aquarius,
no Taurus.
Cancers, Taurus, yeah. But my closest friendships are um Cancer, Aries, Libra.
Rhonda is a Cancer. Yeah,
Hmm?
I think Rhonda is a Cancer. Yeah,
Yeah, my daughter's a Cancer. I'm surrounded, but Andrew has 5 sisters that are Cancer, all Cancers.
yeah, yeah. I love Cancer. They're real sweet, but they can be
Oh
crabby.
yeah, they're a pain in the ass. And Rhonda, I can say it. I'll say it. I know Rhonda. We don't live together. It's okay. My daughter's a Cancer. She's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I just
I
said
love her to death. I love
you're
her to death.
bossy. Hi, Veronica.
Hey Vera, how are you?
Tia.
No, and me and Andrew are very boss. Both of us are bossy, and both of us are very strong-willed. So it's been interesting. But it's been great for me. Even for our kids, like I see they're very strong, very independent, and they're outspoken. So I'm happy with it. You know,
Did they like? I mean, because I know from my mom, that's where I learned to be like that. I'm not naturally like I'm a little bit introverted, but so I'm not naturally that type to just jump out there and tell somebody how it is, or I don't
right,
know.
right.
the returns and stuff like that. Hey, mom, like, can you help me out with this or whatever? Now I can do it. But
Right.
back when I was younger, I did not know how to really just step up. I guess I just didn't, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with personality and a lot to do with, I mean, when I was younger, I had a rough childhood, so I always had to speak up for myself. So I never really, I kind of learned that in that way. So I was kind of, and Andrew, I think the same, probably the same. And yeah, our kids learn from us, definitely.
Yeah.
Because my daughter's very quiet. She's very like laid back, but she will tell you if she has to. Like she's, even my son, my youngest son is a Leo also, and my middle son is a Taurus.
Okay.
And he's very quiet. Taurus is a very laid back until you push the wrong buttons. And I mean, I think we all have that to an extent. It's just the way we express it. I saw Michelle in there. Hey, Michelle.
Oh, hey, Michelle. No, you're okay. You're good.
She was waiting on the wrong live. When I looked, that's what I was trying to, that's what kept coming up on me. That's why I'm not in the chat. But hey, guys.
Veronica was over there on Sarah's chat. I saw them talking about TikTok and everything. I was like,
Veronica.
Are you on TikTok? Lisette?
I am.
Okay, I'm gonna have to add you on.
I'm New England Betty Boop on TikTok too. I didn't add that.
Oh.
And I recently redid my logo. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Cool.
So I've been wanting to rebrand for quite a while. And I'm still stuck. I said this, I think last week. I'm still stuck on, because I love Posh is my purpose for Poshmark. I don't want to give it up. I just love it. And then
so easy to remember.
Yes. And and then when I'm in the chat with Poshmark, it's just homage to Poshmark, but I can't use Posh is my purpose on Mercari and, so I'm New England Betty Boop there. And I love New England Betty Boop because I love Betty Boop and now I'm in New England. So it just suits me.
Yeah.
So, Christina Charlin, she was Little Black Hanger before. I don't know if you know her. She does logos and illustrations and stuff. So she had created my first logo for me. And then she helped me come up with the second one. So I'm going to just pull it up, see if I could.
While you're pulling that up, I'll answer Michelle. She says there's another live chat open with the countdown. It should be set for Wednesday at 7 p.m. That chat is going to be another topic is my Success as a Mindset series, episode number 5. And we'll be talking about Airbnb. And that's actually going to be my sister and my mom.
Nice.
Through Airbnb, Latoya and Lisa is my mom's name.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so we'll be on here on Wednesday. We normally have prayer on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. But because of our schedules, we just went on ahead and decided to just do it at that time. And then afterwards, we'll have a prayer or whatever. But so.
Beautiful. That's really nice.
If anybody is interested in Airbnb, you can check that out tomorrow. I think it definitely will be interesting. This stuff happens.
That's cool. That's really nice.
Good sign.
Yeah, this is it. I think most of you have seen it already.
Oh.
But it just has, you can't really see it because of the
you can't see
light. But so just to incorporate the reselling and the working out, because I just think it's an important, I was kind of reluctant to do them in the beginning together in the first place, but then I'm like, it's who I am. Working out is a very important part of us getting older, especially doing this job, because we're on our feet all day, because sometimes we're not eating properly, and I just felt like keeping it together was the right thing. So
that's why I always had this water.
Yes. Well, I know I have a drink because I needed a drink today, but
I need a real drink, right?
I don't usually have it with orange juice, but I didn't have. It's not eggnog season.
Like a mimosa. You just put some what is in there, wine or?
No, it's just Malibu. I love Malibu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Malibu coconut rum.
But alcohol definitely makes my mouth dry. I have to
But then you just wash it down with more alcohol.
Right. And I love Red Bulls, even though they're not good for you. Same thing with coffee. I know you don't drink coffee or energy
No,
drink, right?
I do drink C4. It
Okay.
has caffeine, so it has no sugar. I do have one before my workout. Yeah, because I need the caffeine to work out. I stopped the coffee because I like the coffee the dark roast,
Yeah.
and it has a very bitter taste.
Uh-huh.
So I like the way that it makes me feel, but I drink it with a lot of sugar to cut that bitterness. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
make sense. I don't understand it, but I just love it. And I love it has to be sweet. I mean, I have weaned myself in the past. I've weaned it down to like 2 sugars. Sugar just still isn't good at all. So
Right.
I cut it out. And I do that maybe 3 or 4 times a year. This has been the longest that I've been without it. Like I've had it maybe 2 or 3 times. I had it when went to visit Cynthia, when I went to see Chandra, and I
Mm-hmm.
stopped. She made me a cup of coffee, and I probably had 2 or 3 cups since then. But yeah. Melissa, how are you?
Hey, Melissa.
Thanks for
Welcome. Thank you
joining.
for joining. Yep, the Airbnb will be live on the same
Yeah, the
channel.
Airbnb, that's awesome. Andrew and I wanted to, because we have a house here in Massachusetts, and it's actually a legal 2-family, but it's 3 families. So it's 3 stories and it has a basement. And we definitely thought about doing Airbnbs because there's a lot of them here in New England. But we never pursued it. But it would have been a great family business. Like we definitely saw ourselves, but we kind of felt like we started it too late. And now we have like other things. I mean, who knows if the kids could ever do it? They could definitely do it.
Oh, yeah.
Um, so we'll see. But yeah, it's a great business. And it's very, especially if you're a people person, who knows? Maybe I could do that when I'm older because I would always love that connection and cooking for people and
And
caring
then,
for people.
did you say that you did like Uber or Lyft? I know I've done that before. I've done Turo with my car, like rented
Hmm.
out my car, that sort of thing. And I think you definitely have to have some kind of customer service skills because if not, and
Yeah,
then
I don't want anybody in my car, so I never do that. No, I'm not with that. I, I have picked up strangers off the street. Andrew would wanted to kill me for that. I'll tell you a quick story, but we were in Brooklyn and we lived in condominiums that were right across the street from the projects. It was a very central area. It's kind of hard to describe if you're not from Brooklyn and don't know that area, but it was very busy. I went down a side street to go home. It was pouring down raining, and I'm driving in one direction, and this woman that was about 8 or 9 months pregnant was coming in this direction, and it was pouring raining. She had tons of bags in her car.
uh-huh.
So, I mean, in her arms.
Yeah.
And I went past, and something in me, which I know was God, because I get those feelings, to go back and see if she wanted a ride. So I pulled out my license just to show her because, people are crazy. Like, what the heck are you stopping for? So I said, listen, I know you don't know me. I said, but if you need a ride, take you wherever you need to go. I showed her my license. She got in the car, right? She gets in the car. She puts her stuff in the back. She was thanking me forever. She was thanking me so much. This is like fate, like to the utmost, right? So Andrew's best friend, still his best friend, was his partner at sanitation at the time. And he had a twin sister. Do you know that was his twin sister?
Oh my
I had
God.
no idea. I had never met her, but
Wow.
she tells that story to this day, and that was probably about 20 years ago. Yeah. So
Wow.
I have picked up strangers, but I just don't want anybody in my car all the time now.
Yeah. Not since COVID. I haven't done Uber or Lyft since COVID.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean, I'll do like I've done DoorDash with Andrew, and I mostly do Instacart, point pickup, where I'll pick up the groceries from Walmart and deliver them. Like I have no problem doing with that. I
how
love
is
it.
that? I mean, do you really like, or how many hours can you do without getting kind of tired? You know what I mean? Like,
Um, it depends. I mean, some days I could do 10, 12 deliveries. Some days I just do 2. Depends on
okay.
how I feel. Depends on how the weather is. Now that it's cold, I really haven't been doing much.
Yeah.
And that's not the cold that bothers me because once you're working, you don't feel cold. It's the ice and because here is nothing but mountains.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not trying to get stuck or, I already had that one accident. I don't need no other accidents.
Okay.
I know, Melissa, you're so good. I can't drink coffee with no sugar.
Yeah, I can't. It's so boring.
Mm-mm.
Cannot do it. I have to have something. So, I mean, I'm still having it, but I have cut back on the amount of sugar. And some
Right.
days I try not to have it just because
Yeah.
I was starting to get to a point to where I'd get a headache if I didn't have coffee. That means you're probably addicted. So I
No,
kind of wanted
yeah.
to get it to a point to where it wasn't like that. So I just go like,
Yeah. You have to go easy because you don't want to feel sick. You don't want to get those headaches because they're bad and they're real. It's addiction. It's definitely addiction. I just wanted to say hi to Kaya real quick. I saw her pop in there. She's doing her thing, her fitness too.
Oh man, Michelle's a black coffee. I just don't see how you do it. I gotta have something in there. I just can't.
Yeah, definitely the cream and actually I had the way I weaned myself off the sugar, so much sugar. I used now I'm gonna forget. Now I drew a blank.
Oh, you're
Oh,
talking about
I used not guava. Oh crap, I forgot.
I'm
It's a
like,
liquid, it's a liquid natural sugar. Like I don't know why I can't think of it. I just mentioned it in my stories the other day. I can't remember. Hey
Bravo.
Rosalind, how are you?
Kaya. Okay. Now,
Yeah, that's her workout. That's her workout channel. Her workout.
what I was gonna ask you is what helps you to stay motivated, or when you lose your motivation, then what are you running off of? Like for you personally, I can tell you mine, but I just wanted to ask you what are you running off of after that motivation just really ain't there that day, but you're
When I
still
know I need to pay bills and and I got to get my butt moving. That's a,
okay.
you know.
It was like
So
I was telling you the other night. I said if I either what did I say? I either do or feel like I'm gonna die because I said, listen, whenever I don't work out for more than like 2 or 3 days, at this
right,
point, I'm so used to it, I don't feel good if I haven't been eating right. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So if I
yeah,
both of those combined together, they just don't go well. I just start to
yeah.
feel
I
it.
mean, yeah.
Like,
With reselling it's that money is always a motivation, right? But with working out and eating right, and I want to be here for my grandkids. I want to be here, for a long time. I don't plan anywhere. I'll be here another 50 years. I'm good. But I want to make sure I'm here um, completely. I want to be physically fit, and I want my mind to be right. And, and sometimes we can look good, but not everything is feeling right and right. Like if you're eating too much sugar and all that stuff, that's messing up with your brain. You're going to probably have Alzheimer's at a younger age. Things are, high blood pressure. There's things that are going to go on internally that you're not seeing.
right.
Um, and it's going to affect you later. And I've seen both sides of my family, even Andrew's family, like go through so many health conditions. And, I'm glad that I started kind of younger, but I wish I would have been totally committed even younger,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, me too. Like I just didn't grow up that way. Like
No,
we
we
didn't grow
didn't. We didn't. And, Latinos and Blacks don't. We don't have a good relationship with food. Food is always a crutch. I've told the stories many times that my grandmother gave me a big plate of food and I had to eat it all or it was insulting. You go to somebody's house and you have to eat, whether you like it or not, eat it. And, a lot of the food was not healthy.
Yeah.
And I am a full-time reseller, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the sugar just does too much for me. I already know when I need to cut back. So here recently, I just started over. I just reset actually today because of the
Mhm.
storm and all of that, and here in Texas and everything, all this snow and all that, that got me
Right.
off track with my diet and everything else. Because listen, I was cold, so I needed to eat some pizza.
Yeah, let
No,
me tell you, but it all goes back to that emotional eating and that comfort and that, it's definitely a psychological like
oh yeah.
circle.
used it.
And you have to, and you know what you have to do, and just getting back to it. That's all. It's not like, oh, I know what I have to do and I'm not doing it. You went through it for a couple of days and you're good. Just back to what you got to do. That's why I kept tagging you in them posts, because I'm like, she's gonna be back. She's gonna be back working out, doing what she got to do.
And I'm still doing it now. Some days I just forget to put it up there, like on my
Yeah,
stories, but I do get in.
that's all that's important. Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes
they
it,
definitely.
you know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I think you should definitely, if you're not working out, I think, I don't know, that you should incorporate something, a walk or something. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of, and it's like February's Heart Health Month, and especially for women, our heart attack rate is like way up there because we tend to not eat well, have a lot of stress. We internalize the stress. And my mother had a heart attack when she was 40, I want to say 44, 43. She had like a mild heart attack and a mini stroke.
Oh no.
And when I was about 42, I started feeling those pains in my chest, and I was very out of shape. I was almost 300 pounds, and I was like, yeah, it's time to do something. And that it just clicked. Just one, and I had worked out before. I had just stopped. We had the kids. We kind of get out of the whole taking care of yourself, and you start working, and you're not eating right, and you're eating late, and not drinking water, drinking soda, and it just slips by you, and you just don't realize that you're a completely different person now. And when I started getting those pains in my chest, I'm like, I got to do something, because I'm not going to be here for my kids if I don't take care of myself.
That's true.
So, yeah, it just clicked.
Yeah, sugar is like crack.
It is crack. It is crack.
So
And you don't even realize like how much it affects you until you stop eating it. And everything has sugar. And if it doesn't have sugar, there's 10 times sodium, and the sodium is just as bad.
Right. And
So,
that's what I was noticing today, because like I put in my stuff, redid all my stuff for my fitness pal, and it was like, no, your salt intake needs to be at 2,300, you know what I mean? Like, and that seems like kind of a lot to me. Like everything I look in, I'm like, it's hundreds of milligrams. It's never just a little bit of salt. It's no sugar, then you got the salt. So especially when you're looking at these packaged items. So that's something about too. Like, just
like a lot of people that go vegan, especially with doing Instacart. I've never shopped for vegan for myself, but I shop, all these products now when I do Instacart, and like those Morningstar burgers and all those things that are meatless or whatever, they have so much sodium. They are not good. People eat them as substitutes and stuff, but you have to be very careful. You can't think, oh, I could eat 3 of them, and you can't. You got to definitely look at that sodium, because hey, Rhonda.
Because the sodium will get you bloated, and
it holds it holds the water. So you're gaining the weight, you're holding the weight. There's like, the best thing to do is to cook for yourself if you can. Even if you're going to make a burger for yourself, make a turkey burger, you're going to make it with half the calories, probably a third of the calories, than getting it at Burger King or McDonald's or wherever. Because I love burger, but we make them home because we could watch what kind of bun we use. We know how much salt we're putting in it. And usually I'm not cooking with salt. I'll use the low sodium adobo, and I use very little, because now they have the blue one. It's low sodium. And I'll use like parsley, and I'll season it like that, garlic and peppers, onions, and it's plenty of flavor. You don't have to be bland to eat healthy,
That's true. You don't. You really don't. I got Miss Dash too. Like a lot of different types of Miss Dash works pretty well.
Yeah, not enough salt is bad, definitely, but not enough of anything. Like you need a balance of everything. But it's just easy to like go over. Like instead of regular salt, I use sea salt.
Me too.
Because there's so much salt in the stuff that we're already eating that I really don't add it. Very rarely do I add it.
I just try to go light if I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. When my grandmother used to cook, even when my mom has high blood pressure. When she cooked, Even when I cook for her, she puts tons of salt on top. I'm like, dude, are you trying to tell me my food don't taste good? I know it has flavor, but they're so used to that salt taste, that like strong taste of salt, that they crave it.
True, that's true.
Yeah.
You know what? That's how it was when I was pregnant. I had preeclampsia, and so I ended up having my baby 2 months early. But
Mm.
that's what it was. They told me like before that, the doctor was like, you really need to like not have a whole lot of salt. You know what I mean? But I'm eating all these packaged goods and eating out, and
Right.
then all those not hormones, but I don't know if it's MSG or all these preservatives is what I want to call it that you get
Hmm.
go out to eat versus when you just go ahead and cook it at home.
Right. Right.
Have that problem. And
Yeah.
back then I was so young, I wasn't really cooking nothing. So
Right.
I
Right. Right.
mean, like, so most of what I was eating was either eating out or it'd be home cooked food. But you know, like I said, the way we were brought up,
Right.
everything
Right. Right. Yeah. I mean,
like that home cooked, you know, that good home cooked food, but it's got either sugar
a
or
lot of extra.
salt.
Right.
It's still
Right.
a lot of extra. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you cook, Melissa, what when you cook for yourself, it's different. You know what you're putting in the food. You know, you know the meat is not processed. It's fresh chicken or fresh beef, whatever it is. So yeah, it's much different. And a lot of these foods that are frozen and stuff like that. I'm not saying that I never eat frozen, because I do. I'll eat frozen vegetables and stuff, but they put preservatives and stuff in them to keep their shelf life. And
Okay.
those preservatives are not good. You know.
Yeah, that's what my my significant other, he always says that. He's like, I don't want that corn out of there. He
Yeah, I mean,
don't
anything organic is double, triple the price. I was on the phone with somebody the other day, or one of my friends, and I was doing Instacart, and I had to get organic potatoes. I'm like, what the hell is organic potato? Don't they grow in the ground? Like, why is it organic? But it's that they don't use pesticides. They don't,
yeah.
but yeah, but they cost sometimes double the price.
Yep, that's the way it is. But then sometimes you do gotta look at the what they have to do, what goes into it, like the eggs and everything.
Yeah, yeah, it's a process. Yeah,
It is. So it's like, well, it costs them more to produce it. So with some of that stuff, I do understand. But
yeah,
other things, I don't like the snacks with keto written on it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, they're making that the same way they can make just a package of cookies anyway. So, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're really not doing anything all that different. I mean, almond flour and all that stuff right now, it do cost a little bit more for those types of ingredients. But I think if you just over time just pick up stuff here and there and then try different recipes and then
Yeah.
you can incorporate those in because I was like thinking about eventually being vegan. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
I'm trying
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a process, and you should, like anything else, anything that you're trying to like wean yourself off of or onto, you should definitely take it slow, because
right.
you're going to get the most benefit out of it either way. And Veronica, I heard the same thing. I don't know if you guys have seen that documentary Sugar on, I think it was Netflix.
I haven't
I
seen it.
Yeah, it's a whole thing on, you're gonna change the way you see sugar if you watch that. And I do still eat sugar. Like, I have cookie stuff and it has sugar in it. I don't like have coffee to add sugar. I don't add sugar to my cereal. I don't do any of that stuff. But hey, Terry. But yeah, it's definitely a documentary you should watch. It will change the way you see sugar for real.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would
gonna
love to grow my own vegetables, Tiana.
check that.
Thank you. Lissette Jr. did it for me.
I told her that. I said, her it'd be cute. I
Yeah,
like,
I would love to grow my own vegetables.
yeah, that would be nice.
Although I do not have a green thumb. My mother does. My mother could grow anything. Me, on the other hand, I could use a screwdriver, a hammer, but I don't have a green thumb. I can't sew.
This is what I think is right. Oh, Germany. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of other countries, we're the ones that are, money hungry.
I recognize the little accent a little bit. I watch some of her videos on YouTube. She has some
Yeah, she's really nice. She's really sweet. She's really sweet.
real easy to listen to.
Well,
Um,
thank you, Tiana. I appreciate you.
yeah, some people not so easy. But Michelle says I love gardening and growing my own veggies. I wish I was into that sort of thing. I just never really been into it, but you know,
Right, right.
Something to think about.
Yeah, it's my mom. My mom is 72, and she had knee surgery last year. She's a little not quite back to herself yet, but she loves gardening. She could take a dead plant that she finds on the side of the road and in a week bring it back to life. Like, she's really good like that.
Okay.
And yeah, she loves it. We're actually going to be planting sunflowers. I can't wait.
Aw.
In my mom's backyard and at our house. Thank you, Tiana. Yeah, so I can't wait for that because I love when the sunflowers don't stay long, but I love them when they're tall and stuff. I love them.
I love the outdoors in general.
She said she thought Terry typed libido. What are you thinking about, Tiana? She's really good at killing plants. Melissa said, "Yeah, me too." Yeah.
Veronica is my sister's name. I have twin sisters. One of them, their name is Veronica too.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. How old are they?
The exact age, 28. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing. I'm sorry. But it's like 7 of us, so I get confused sometimes.
Yeah, that's a lot. Wow.
That age, you'd be like, okay, is she 31? He's 31, right? This year, and I'm like, okay, I'm 37. Yeah. And sometimes I'd be forgetting my own. But
wow, 37. I wish I was 37 again. It goes very fast. I will tell you that, Brittany.
It is seeming like it's picking up. Like now,
yeah,
to be really in the 30s. It seems like the 30s just kind of almost gone now. 7 years passed by fast. You know what I mean? Like it just sped up. After you hit 30, it just speeds up. But yeah.
So I feel like I just turned 50 and I'm already going to be pushing 51.
Quick.
Guys, remember to hit the thumbs up.
Yes, don't forget to do that. I do appreciate you guys stopping by, and you couldn't stay the whole conversation. I do appreciate whatever time you can spend with us.
Yes, yes, I love it.
What was I gonna say? I was going to ask you about because I know you put in the chat that some people just ain't ready. Because I think you posted, like your whole, your body, you know what I mean? And some people just couldn't.
No, they weren't ready for it. And I it's funny because last month,
old. I don't even know how to do it.
So last month I did the post and I struggled with it. I'm going to tell you, for about 2 hours. I was going to put that first picture first.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, they're not ready for it. So I'm going to just shuffle it in. And most people do not go looking through all the pictures. So there's very few people that are close to you, people that, so it was fine. It went in there. Most people don't read the whole text of what you write, especially if you write more than 1 or 2 paragraphs. But I'm very wordy. I always have whatever's in my heart. I like to write it. It's just who I am. If somebody reads it, they do. If they don't. But this time when I did it for a month, I'm like, especially with all this negative crap that's been going on Instagram lately, there's so much hate in the world. And if people start to love themselves, they could love other people. But until people love themselves, they're not going to love anybody else. It's like they're not going to have compassion for anybody else if they can't have compassion for themselves. So I said, I'm just going to do it. I'm not ashamed of my body. I could honestly walk around naked. I won't feel any way about it. I've never been that kind of person. Like my kids would be like, "Ma, put some clothes on." Like, because I don't want my sons to like see freaking boobs and be like, "Oh my God, what's that?" No, it's freaking boobs. My mom has boobs. My sister has boobs. Like, they're not looking at, they're not looking at it as in a sexual way to us. We have to teach them how to love themselves and how to appreciate women and how to respect women. And just because you see them doesn't mean that, oh my God,
That's true.
So, that's just the way that I always, because growing up, I was felt like I was taught to be felt ashamed of the way I looked, or, women have to like cover themselves up and you can't be, I think I was a hippie in my other life.
Yeah, I will be honest. When it comes to all these clothings and stuff, especially at home, no. I like to be comfortable, and if I have to go get something and I'm not all the way dressed, I honestly don't care. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But you're at home. I mean, it's just me and my daughter, you know, and then my significant other. But I mean, that's
Right.
pretty much, you know what I mean? So I don't know. We back up to the woods. So ain't
Yeah.
looking in
I
here.
mean, you have to, and whoever's not comfortable with it, it's okay. I get it. I lost like 50 or 60 followers by the next morning. Like people were not happy with me, but I'm okay with it. Like I really don't care. Those were my people, you know? I just want people to see, women, men, anybody, to see that, you know, it's a journey for everybody, whether it's reselling, whether it's fitness, whatever it is, smoking, whatever you're going through, you can get past that step. You know, it's just a matter of taking the power away. I took the power away. Like, I don't care if anybody, I know that I made progress in those 30 days. Like, you know, significant progress. Could I have done better? Absolutely. Because my meal prep wasn't on point. You know, the working out part is not the problem for me. The working out part, I could go to the gym for 2 hours a day, but 80% of the effectiveness of getting to where you want to be is what you're eating. And if, you know, and it's not necessarily that I was eating horribly, it was just that I wasn't eating enough and I was waiting too long to eat, you know, little things like that, that affected the way that the outcome came. Even though it was good, I was happy with it, but it could have been better, you know. So this month, from this month to the 30 days again, you know, I'm going to change it up a little bit and hopefully have a better outcome. You know, Andrew wasn't happy with me. That was one of the things that he puts up with me because I'm just spontaneous like that. And then he's like, oh, why are you showing everybody your naked body? I'm like, first of all, I'm not naked. If I was at the beach and I put on a bikini or whatever, it's the same freaking thing. Just
That's
get over
true.
yourself. We're all grown. It's not, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not exposing myself to anybody. And even if I am, I'm home with you. I'm here with you. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Terry says agreed.
yes, thank you guys.
You do have to love yourself though. That is so true. Cause like, and then I just have to realize how I talk to myself as well. Cause you know, you get down on yourself, but I mean, Tiana's said it best, you know, hey, you are your best, you know, you are your best asset or your only asset really. If you don't
Yeah.
love yourself, then
Right.
what's left? And then if you're not good to yourself, then how can you be good to others?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. And so for me, I was just telling my daughter the other day, I was like, so disciplining yourself is key. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
loving.
And it's freaking hard. It's easy to tell somebody else what to do. That's easy.
Right.
But telling yourself, it's hard. And the best way to do it is to do what I've been doing. I started reading Unfuck Yourself. Sorry if you, but it's a great book. And
Yeah.
it really, because, you know, a lot of times we're born into so much conflict, so much chaos that we just inherit it. We don't freaking want it. You know, we're born into crazy. We don't want it, but it's there. And it becomes such a part of us that we don't even realize that we're like freaking like every five, like trying to shoot everything away. And it just becomes part of who you are. And when you realize that, no, I don't want those things anymore. And you have to like really retrain your brain for everything. And once you do that, and this book really helps with that, and you just look at yourself in the mirror and, you know, just those positive affirmations, those things that that you feel for other people. I feel like all women are beautiful. You know, I don't want to say hate, because hate is not a good word, but I don't like people saying that someone's ugly or that they don't look good, or that really bothers me, because everybody's beautiful. We all have, and it doesn't have to be your physical appearance. It's the way you are with people, you know? And once you can see that and see that in yourself, then it reflects to everybody else. And it doesn't mean that you're cocky or whatever. You're just confident, and you have to be. You have to be get through this crazy world.
That's true. It's the people that are talking about people and all that they're the ones that have the issues.
Yeah, and hurt people, and that's what they do. And because they don't know anything else. Just like my family, my mother's side of my family, they're very sarcastic. Everything is to put you down. Everything is a joke. And I kept my kids and stuff away from that because I know the damage that it did to me. And even though they think it's funny, it's not funny. It's not funny to me. I don't raise my kids that way. And my kids have a great sense of humor, but putting somebody down at your expense to laugh at them and stuff is not the way to live for me. So they learned that, and because they used to ask me how come they didn't see them often, or and I said because of the way their verbiage was, and because of the way they treated each other, and I just didn't like the dynamic, and I wanted to cut it. I wanted to end it. Right. And that's the only way to do it, because I can't teach grown people. I could teach my kids.
Right.
We could teach the kids the way, Andrew and I could raise them the way we would like for them to be and to see the world. And it's not necessarily the way they're going to be, but at least they've seen the right way for us,
That's true. You get to stay a year younger from now on, thanks to the lockdown. This leap year. I hear you.
That's right.
Oh, we'll see you later, Veronica. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Swag Slayer Fashion says, I like the way you think. You are your most valuable.
Thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think everybody like that that I see all the time on Instagram that post regularly, there's something or one or two things here and there that you'll see from a person that, you can kind of just pull, especially people. I mean, I think that image of you actually that you just pulled up, that, I see that image because I see you on that bench press getting it in. And I have that image in my head, like, oh, she's about to get it in. Okay.
Yes.
This is about to work out in, and I'm about to get one in too, because it reminds me, if I haven't worked out today, it's time for me to get on. It's time for me to get lit. Get in there and get it done. But anyway, I don't know. I just I wanted to ask you another question. It's not really, let me see. I don't know. Now, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But if you don't want to, I'll answer. Because I have something kind of funny that people might want to hear. But what is your most embarrassing moment from your childhood? Is she stuck? Can you guys see her? Uh-oh, she might be stuck. Uh-oh. Well, I guess it's back just to me. So for right now, I will go ahead and let you guys know what my most embarrassing childhood moment was. And that was, you guys, I'm like, it's embarrassing still for me to tell the story. But I came on my monthly cycle in I think it was 6th grade, and I had on a green and white plaid skirt that day, and my crush pointed at me and said, oh, here she is. She's coming back in. He said, I was telling him my most embarrassing moment because I had asked you the question and then I think it went off. But when I was in 6th grade, I was telling him that, I came on my monthly cycle in 6th grade, and my crush pointed at me and said, hey, you got something red on the back of your dress. Oh, I mean, that kind of moment, and then have it be your crush at that. So I was like, oh my God, I finally got to a school where, because I went to a school that was predominantly white. So I got to a school where there was a mixed group of people, you know what I mean? And I finally felt like I was not the only Black child in the class. A lot of my classes, I felt like I was the only dot, you know what I mean? Only dark person, and even though I'm a little lighter, but I still felt like I was the only one. So I finally started feeling like I was fitting in, and then that happened. You know what I mean? But he was cool about it. I mean,
yeah, and I mean it's
yeah.
That was another thing. Kids are so mean. It's a part of life. It happens. I'm like going into menopause right now, And I know that that's another, like, you could be somewhere and just start bleeding to death, like somewhere, and you're not gonna know. Like, it's just a part of life. You have to just, hope that, I mean, if you're confident in yourself and know that, like, just like when you teach your kids the same thing, and I'm sure you gave your daughter that talk, like, if it happened, you know what I mean? Like, to give them that extra confidence, like, it's gonna happen. It's okay. You're gonna move on, they'll be fine. It's just teaching them that. It's just having someone to guide you.
True. So I wanted to see if anybody in the chat had any additional questions, because we're almost at an hour. But did any additional questions for Lissette? If not, I was going to do a little quick 90s trivia. I was on a Zoom call with Posh Mama Sales. It's like a monthly meetup that she has on Instagram, and we get together on a Zoom call, and they did like an 80s throwback. But I was born in the 80s, so I didn't have a lot to say about the 80s, but the 90s is a totally different story for me. That's when everything went. I can remember all the music. I can remember everything that happened during that era. It was like, okay, from 8 on, now you start remembering everything. Because like 3 and 4, you don't have a whole lot of memory from that early on. But the 90s, that was where it was at. So that's why I was listening to that. That had me in such a good mood right before I got on the call.
Right. The 90s was, I mean, every generation will say their era was great, right?
Right. Everybody thinks that, if you were, I guess if 80s was when you were actually coming up, then that would be probably maybe your favorite. Like, I don't know. What's yours? What's your favorite?
I mean, I have such an eclectic love of music. I mean, I was born in 1970, but I love music from the 60s all the way. I'll say till now, because I have a lot of music now that I listen to that I love. I'm loving country right now, Kane Brown, just saying. But I go through my moments, my genres, because I love jazz, I love everything. But the 90s for me was like R&B and just like that whole vibe, and the love music and stuff. So the 90s was good.
Yeah. The 90s, a lot of stuff happened in the 90s. Like when I started actually looking at it, especially all the stuff that happened with TLC.
Yeah.
A bunch of stuff that had happened all around that. And then the fact that they were, they sold 10 million records and they were still broke after doing all of that work. You know what I mean?
So many of them groups were like that, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I said, this is interesting though. I'm just going to do a couple of these questions just because they're interesting about TLC.
Sure.
T-Boz was originally from what city? I didn't never know this. So I did A, Chicago, Illinois, B, Atlanta, Georgia, C, Des Moines, Iowa, or D, Detroit, Michigan.
She's from Atlanta.
What do you guys think?
I think.
Okay, it's A, Chicago, Illinois, B, Atlanta, Georgia, C, Des Moines, Iowa, or D, Detroit, Michigan. It's crazy because I was like, she's from Des Moines, Iowa.
Is she?
Oh my God. I was like, what? She's originally. Now, it might have been that she might have moved, maybe.
Yeah, because I remember seeing her interview in Georgia. So she probably, I mean, I don't even know if she really lived there or not, but
I thought
check out.
Yep, see, somebody else said GA because I thought it was Georgia too.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, Des Moines. That's like what? Yeah. So they made a movie about their life for TLC, the movie.
Yeah, and it was a good movie.
Do you remember what network it came on? I put A, Lifetime, B, VH1, or
was
C,
it BET?
BET. Melissa says she has no. Oh, that might have been to the other question, but it came on VH1. Their special
VH1.
came
Yeah,
on.
yeah, they did a lot of that. I miss the old VH1. They had a lot of good movie trivia and stuff like that. Yeah, the old VH1. I don't
Yeah.
even know if they're still around.
This is another, I'm going to do one more and then we're going to close out. But I thought this was interesting. How many people tuned in to watch the O.J. Simpson trial verdict? A, 85 million. B, 10 million. C, 14.8 million. D,
85. Oh, sorry.
79 million. Or E, 95 million.
I'll say 95 million. I'm going with the most because I was one of those people. We were watching the freaking Knicks game, and all of a sudden it got cut, and it was the freaking playoffs, and it got cut to the damn O.J. Simpson trial. I mean, chase.
Yes. It was, you're correct. It was 95 million. It was
Everybody.
the world. I was like, I cannot believe 95 million people tuned in for that. I mean, I don't know if that's like a record. You know what I mean? That just seemed for a trial.
That was like an iconic car chase.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it's so crazy that Bronco, people wanted that Bronco for like years. I mean, even now, probably you can't find a white Bronco.
Mm-hmm.
Like that year of Bronco. It's so crazy.
Wow. Anyway, I appreciate everybody jumping on. We are going to get ready to close out, but Lissette, tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, so Posh is my purpose on Instagram and Poshmark. And I am New England Betty Boop here and on Mercari and TikTok. Since you mentioned TikTok, I'm there. I don't do a lot of like crazy things, just, working out stuff and reselling stuff. But yep, that's where you can find me.
All right. Same thing here. You can find me here every Monday night with a new guest on Motivational Mondays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, normally my Success is a Mindset is normally on Tuesdays and not Wednesdays because, again, Wednesday night for me is prayer night. So it will be on Tuesdays moving forward at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, just so you know. But this week it's on Wednesday, and I will have my two guests, which is my sister and my mother, and they both are going to be talking about Airbnb. I'm excited about that. So if you guys want to see where I came from and everything, you can jump on there.
I'm sure we'll have a lot of questions for them.
Yeah. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you
for having me.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out. Thank you.
Bye-bye.